My wife is pregnant, but I have no sperm count at all. Now, she's convincing everyone that our child is a miraculous event that goes against science. So, I'm organizing the ultimate reveal party. Where are you tuning in from today? Share your location in the comments, and hit like and subscribe to catch more intriguing stories. I'm Mark, I'm 32, and I'm currently living a nightmare that feels like a twisted movie plot. My wife Sarah is 33. When we first met 4 years ago, I thought she was the one. We clicked instantly. We enjoyed the same foods, the same films, and most importantly, we envisioned the same future. One of our first serious discussions was about having kids. Sarah was very clear. On our third date, she looked me in the eye and said she didn't want to be a mom. She believed kids would disrupt her lifestyle. She wanted to travel to Europe, sleep in on weekends, and spend her money on clothes and nice cars instead of diapers and college funds. She wanted us to be free to go wherever we pleased. She wanted to save her life without any attachments. I fully agreed, but I had a hidden reason. I hadn't shared this with her then, but I knew I couldn't have children even if I wanted to. In high school, I played football, and during my senior year, I suffered a terrible injury on the field. I took a helmet to the groin, which caused the worst pain I'd ever experienced. I was rushed to the ER and needed surgery. After I recovered, the doctors ran numerous tests. They sat me down and delivered the news that no teenage boy wants to hear I was infertile. The damage was permanent. They told me my sperm count was effectively zero, and that I would never be able to conceive a child naturally. It was tough to accept back then, but over time, I came to terms with it. It was just part of my life, like having brown eyes. Since Sarah was so adamant about not wanting kids, I never felt the need to explain the details of my injury. It didn't seem necessary. We were in sync, me being infertile, and her not wanting kids was a perfect match, or so I thought. We got married and enjoyed a great few years together. We traveled, bought a nice house, and got 2 cars. Life was good until a couple of weeks ago, when everything shifted. I noticed Sarah acting strangely. She was distant. Normally, she's very talkative, but now she was quiet. She would hide her phone screen when I walked in. She spent a lot of time in the bathroom. I thought she might be sick or stressed about work. One night, as we sat on the couch, the atmosphere felt off. She wouldn't look at me. I asked her, "What's going on? You've been acting odd for days. Just talk to me." She took a deep breath, tears in her eyes, and said, "Mark, I know what we promised. I know we said we didn't want kids, but I have something to tell you." My heart sank. I sensed something bad. "I'm pregnant," she said. "I'm 8 weeks along." I froze, unable to move. My mind couldn't comprehend the words. Pregnant? How? It was physically impossible for me to get her pregnant. I just stared at her. She probably thought I was in shock from joy or surprise. She grabbed my hands and began speaking quickly. I know. We didn't plan this, but now that it's happening, I feel differently. I have this urge to be a mom. I think it's meant to be. The baby will have your athletic build and be smart like me. It will be perfect." I pulled my hands away, my thoughts racing. If she was pregnant, there was only one explanation: she must have cheated. I tried to remain calm. I didn't want to explode without proof, but I knew the truth. "Sarah, are you sure?" "Maybe the test is wrong," I said. "I took 5 tests," she replied. "I went to the doctor yesterday to confirm it's real." I stood up and paced the room. I had to tell her. "Sarah," I said, looking her in the eye, "there's something I never told you because I didn't think it was important. I can't have kids." She looked puzzled. "What do you mean?" I explained. "I'm infertile. I had a bad injury in high school. Doctors confirmed it years ago. I cannot father children. So, you need to tell me the truth. How did this happen?" I expected her to cry or confess, but instead, she got angry. "I don't believe you," she shouted. "You're just saying that because you don't want the baby. You're lying to get out of this." "I'm not lying," I yelled back. I went to the file cabinet and pulled out my old medical records, tossing them on the table. "Read it. It says right there sterile." She picked up the papers and read them, shaking her head. "This is old. It's from years ago. Bodies change. Doctors make mistakes. Bodies don't recover from that kind of damage," I replied. "We need a new test," she insisted. "We're going to a fertility specialist. Both of us. If you're telling the truth, let a doctor confirm it, because I know I haven't been with anyone else. I've been faithful to you." She looked so convincing, it was frightening. She truly believed her own lie. "Fine," I said. "Let's go." We made an appointment for the next morning. The drive was silent. I was furious. She stared out the window, rubbing her stomach as if protecting it. At the clinic, they took my sample and ran the tests. We sat in the doctor's office waiting for the results. The tension was palpable. The doctor entered, an older gentleman who was very professional, holding a clipboard. "I have the results," he said, looking at me. "Sir, your sperm count is 0. You have a condition called azoospermia, likely caused by the trauma you mentioned. It is my medical opinion that you cannot conceive a child naturally. The chances are virtually non-existent." I glanced at Sarah. "See," I said, "I told you." The doctor turned to her gently. "This means that, well, it is medically impossible for this pregnancy to be from your husband naturally." I waited for her to confess. This was it. The doctor had exposed her. But Sarah didn't back down. She erupted. "You're wrong," she screamed at the doctor. "You mixed up the samples. You don't know what you're talking about." "Ma'am, the protocol is very strict," the doctor attempted to explain. "No," she yelled. "Human science is flawed. You're just a man. You don't know everything. I haven't cheated on my husband. I've been a good wife. This test is a lie." She grabbed her purse. Come on, Mark. We're leaving. This guy is an idiot. We'll find a doctor who knows what he's doing. She stormed out. I apologized to the doctor and followed her. She ranted all the way to the car about how the medical system is a scam and always gets it wrong. When we got home, she locked herself in the bathroom for 2 hours. I sat in the living room, contemplating whether to pack my bags and leave. I was done. She was out of her mind. But then the bathroom door opened. Sarah emerged, looking calm with a strange smile. Mark, she said, I figured it out. You figured out who the father is? I asked. No, she replied. You are the father. The doctor is wrong, she interrupted. I spent the last 2 hours on TikTok and YouTube. I found so many videos of women just like me. Their husbands were told they were infertile, but they prayed, believed, and got pregnant anyway. She approached me, touching my face. It's a miracle, Mark. That's the only explanation. It defies all human logic. It's a gift from above. We have been chosen. My jaw dropped. She had convinced herself she was having a miracle baby, using religion and online stories to justify her affair. Sarah, that's insane, I said. We aren't even religious. We never go to church. That doesn't matter, she argued. Maybe this is a sign we need to start. You need to have faith. Stop being so negative. You should be happy. We're having a miracle baby. She didn't wait for my response. She picked up her phone and began calling people. She called her mom, my mom, and her sisters. Mom, it's a miracle, she exclaimed into the phone. Mark is infertile, but I'm pregnant. The doctors can't explain it. It's a gift from God. My phone started buzzing with calls from my family, crying and congratulating me, saying things like, God is good, and we're so happy for you. I felt sick, trapped in her delusion. If I revealed the truth now, I would seem like the bad guy, the jealous husband rejecting a blessing. Sarah floated around the house like an angel, glowing with pity for me because I believed in facts over her miracle. I knew I needed to leave, but I didn't want to walk away without exposing her lie. I wanted revenge for the gaslighting and for trying to pass off another man's child as my miracle. So I devised a plan. I changed my demeanor. The next morning, I woke up and smiled at her. You know what, honey? I said. I thought about it all night, and you were right. Maybe I was too closed-minded. If the doctor said it's impossible but you're pregnant, then it must be a miracle. I'm sorry I doubted you. She embraced me tightly. I knew you'd come around. Oh, Mark. This is going to be amazing. I played the role perfectly. I began attending church with her, praying, rubbing her belly, and telling her family how blessed I felt. I became the perfect supportive husband-to-be. But while I acted cheerful, I was working behind the scenes. First, I hired a private investigator. It didn't take long for him to uncover the truth. Since Sarah thought I was fully on board with the miracle, she got careless. The pie discovered the identity of the father, her personal trainer, a guy named Brad. Typical. He was young, fit, and not too bright. The pie got photos of them meeting for coffee, which led to hours in his apartment. He even captured a video of them arguing in a parking lot, where she told him she thinks it's a miracle. Just stay away, and I'll handle it. That was the evidence I needed, but I required more. I sought out a lab that offers non-invasive prenatal paternity testing, a blood test to determine the baby's DNA. I told Sarah it was a special test to check the health of the miracle baby, since it was a high-risk pregnancy. She completely trusted me, so she agreed. I took a water bottle Brad had left at the gym, joined the same gym to stalk him, and sent it in with her blood sample. A week later, I received the results. Probability of paternity for Brad, 99.9%. I had everything I needed. Now it was time for the reveal. Sarah wanted a huge gender reveal party, inviting everyone, her family, my family, friends, the whole neighborhood to celebrate the miracle. Let's make it big, I suggested. Let's rent a venue and get a big projector for a slideshow of our journey. I'll handle the video. I want it to be a surprise for you. She was ecstatic, believing I was the best husband ever. The day of the party arrived. About 100 people showed up, with blue and pink balloons everywhere. A banner read Our Little Miracle. Everyone was hugging me and telling me how lucky I was. I smiled and shook hands, even inviting Brad. I told Sarah I wanted to include her gym friends as part of her support system. She looked nervous when she saw him, but he played it cool, hanging back. When it was time for the reveal, I took the microphone. Thank you all for coming, I said. This has been a wild journey. As many of you know, we were told this baby was impossible. Sarah told us it was a miracle. Today, I want to show you how this miracle happened. Sarah glowed in the front row, holding her mom's hand. I dimmed the lights and started the video on the big screen. It began with nice music and photos of our wedding, prompting us from the crowd. Then the music stopped, and the screen cut to the video the pie captured, Sarah kissing Brad in the parking lot, entering his apartment. The audio played clearly over the speakers. He thinks it's a miracle. Just stay away, and I'll handle it. The room fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. Sarah gasped, covering her mouth. The screen then displayed the paternity test results, blown up for everyone to see. Father Bradley Thompson. Probability 99.9%. I pointed the laser at the screen, and then at Brad in the back. Brad, congrats, man, I said into the microphone. It's a boy. Brad turned pale and bolted for the door. Sarah was sobbing, trying to stand, but her legs were shaking. Her mother looked like she might faint, while mine seemed ready to explode with anger. I turned to Sarah. It really is a miracle, Sarah. It's a miracle you thought I'd be foolish enough to believe this. I reached into my jacket pocket and pulled out a large envelope, tossing it onto her lap. Those are divorce papers, I said. I sold the house yesterday. The new owners move in on Monday, so you have about 48 hours to gather your things. I also canceled the joint credit cards this morning. I dropped the microphone, creating a loud screeching noise that made everyone wince. Enjoy the party, I said. I'm off to Europe. I walked out of the venue past a room full of stunned, silent faces. I got in my car, drove to the airport, and didn't look back.